अगर आप भी सेम डे ट्रेड सेटलमेंट का बेनिफिट उठाना चाहते हैं तो आपके लिए एक गुड न्यूज़ है, क्योंकि सेबी ने 28 मार्च से T+0 सेटलमेंट साइकिल जो है अनाउंस करा है। कैसे आप बेनिफिट उठा सकते हैं उससे जानते हैं गौरव चौधरी से, मेरे साथ एक्सपर्ट है। गौरव बताइए।
So what has happened is that it's a big day for Indian stock markets and capital markets, and also for Indian retail and institutional equity investors. For the first time, India has moved to what is called the T+0 settlement system, which means that if you sell the stocks today, it will be credited to the account today itself. Prior to this, India was on a T+1 system, which means that if you had sold your stocks today, the money would have been credited to you tomorrow. The T+1 will continue to run parallel to the T+0 system for some time now. This is being done on a pilot basis for about 25 scripts for now to begin with, and also the trading time for T+0 for this 25 scripts, which will also be allowed only by a limited number of brokers, is from 9:15 to 1:30 to begin with. So what does it do? For retail investors, it means that whatever you sell, the stocks that you sell, the money gets credited to you now. So it allows you to actually manage your liquidity better than an existing T+1 system, which as I said is continue to run parallel for at least a year or so. We are expecting that the full system will move into a T+0 by May 2025, depending on how this pans out. So for retail investors, it means you will have more money to deploy. Your liquidity increases, so it's going to have more. It's going to deepen penetration of retail investors in the equity cash segment. What about brokers? Now this is going to be a survival for the fittest game for the brokers, because clients would expect brokers to give them the entire full monty, the full bouquet of services. If the money, for most brokers, once this settles down into a certain stable system, it'll also help them in managing their cash flow in a far better way, in the sense that they don't have to set aside a large amount of money for settling their clients' accounts. It helps them in their working capital management. But the biggest challenge will be for institutional investors, particularly foreign institutional investors, because institutional investors, unlike retail investors, actually move money much in advance. And if they have to go for a T+0 settlement, then it means they have to move the money at least one day in advance. This is going to expose them to currency risks. Please remember one thing: when India moved from T+3 to T+2 to T+1, the biggest resistance came and the opposition came from foreign and domestic institutional investors. But be that as it may, India has progressively moved from T+5 then to T+3 in 2002, then to T+2, and in 2021 India moved to T+1. In 2023 it became the default system. Now we are going to move to T+0. Rest of the world, mind you, has not even moved to T+0 yet in the manner that India is moving. The US is now in a T+1 system. Europe is more or less going to follow suit. In most of Asia, except China, which is in a T+0 system, is either on a T+3 or a T+2 system. So it's a first of sorts for India. India is now one of the biggest in terms of market cap, is one of the biggest in the world. And given the fact that India stands out as the hottest growth spot in the world economy, this is going to really stand out if it plays out without too much of friction.
Thank you, Gaurav. For more information, do subscribe to Oh My Finance.